I was very happy to be invited back after, I think it's about 2 years now since I was with the orchestra. The Schubert Symphony, I wanted to do it because it's not very often played, this symphony. It's one of my favourite Schubert symphonies, and it's always one of my favourite little pieces. There's a charm about it, you know, and he's still naive, he's still learning. You can see elements of what's coming later on, and so there are still ideas that are developing. But particularly the second movement, it's just got a lovely feeling of a walk through the park. The Tabakova is a homage to Schubert, and there is the famous quotation from his Fantasie in C major for piano and violin that she includes in the homage to Schubert. I think the wonderful thing about the Wagner is, I don't think you would give any better gift to your loved one than a piece of music if you're a composer. And we know that Wagner, when he was composing it, he didn't want anybody to know. He didn't even write it in his diary, because he kept the diary. So that it was a big surprise on the day, and he handed the score to Cosima, and she cried. And of course, it's for Siegfried, his son, as well. And I find that very moving, that you could give such a present for a loved one. And it's very special, you know. What I've gained over the year and a half now, it's almost 2 years now, I can talk about the year and a half since this COVID started, is to learn really to appreciate what I have, you know, because I'm very lucky that I'm doing the job that I always wanted to do now for almost 40 years. The difficulty for a conductor when they don't have an orchestra or don't have the instrument is they can't touch anything. So my instrument in the last year has been the piano, and just to be in contact with sound. It's a great feeling to do that, and put the score on the stand and just play some chords, things like that. And it was really a relief to hear from Patrick a few weeks back to come up as a guest, and I'm really happy to do it. I'm really relishing it now. I really hope that we can reach more people, and that those who are the regular concert goers will stay loyal to the orchestra and say, look, we still have it, they're making an effort for us. And I think something better will come out of this in the end. I really do believe that. It'll take time, but patience.